In the world of cybersecurity, various hacking techniques are used by malicious actors to gain unauthorized access to systems and steal sensitive information. One such method is session hijacking, a type of attack that can pose a serious threat to the security of online sessions and transactions. In this video, we will delve into the details of session hijacking, how it works, and the measures that can be taken to prevent it. What is session hijacking? Session hijacking, also known as session sniffing or cookie hijacking, is a type of cyber attack in which an attacker takes control of a legitimate user's session on a website or an online application. The attacker exploits vulnerabilities in the session management process to gain unauthorized access to the user's session and impersonates the legitimate user, thereby obtaining access to the user's account and sensitive information. Sessions are a crucial aspect of web-based applications that allow users to interact with websites and online services. When a user logs into a website, a session is created to establish a connection between the user and the web server. The server assigns a unique session ID to the user, which is stored in a cookie or as part of the URL. This session ID is used to identify the user and maintain the session state throughout the user's interaction with the website. How does session hijacking work? Session hijacking can occur through various methods, depending on the vulnerabilities present in the target system. Here are some common techniques used in session hijacking attacks. Packet sniffing. In this method, the attacker uses packet sniffing tools to intercept and analyze network traffic between the user's computer and the web server. By capturing and analyzing the packets, the attacker can obtain the session ID and use it to hijack the user's session. Cross-site scripting, XSS vulnerabilities allow attackers to inject malicious scripts into web pages viewed by other users. When a user with a vulnerable session visits the compromised page, the malicious script can steal the session ID and send it to the attacker. Cross-site request forgery, CSRF attacks trick users into unknowingly executing actions on a website on which they are authenticated. The attacker can craft a malicious request and send it to the user, who unwittingly triggers the request and unknowingly shares their session ID with the attacker. Session fixation. In this method, the attacker tricks the user into using a specific session ID that the attacker can then use to hijack the session. The attacker may send a link containing the session ID or use other social engineering techniques to trick the user into using the predetermined session ID. Man-in-the-middle, MITM, attack. In a MITM attack, the attacker intercepts the communication between the user and the web server. By capturing and modifying the data exchanged during the session, the attacker can hijack the session and gain unauthorized access. Consequences of session hijacking. Session hijacking can have severe consequences for both users and organizations. Once an attacker successfully hijacks a session, they can gain access to the victim's account and perform actions on their behalf, such as changing passwords, making unauthorized transactions, stealing personal information, and manipulating data. The impact of session hijacking can range from financial loss to reputational damage for organizations, while users may suffer from identity theft, loss of privacy, and other forms of cybercrime. Preventing session hijacking. Preventing session hijacking requires a multi-layered approach that involves implementing security measures at various levels. Here are some effective strategies that can help prevent session hijacking. Use HTTPS. Implementing HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol secure, encrypts the communication between the user's browser and the web server, making